making movies now. You heard that right. They saw Frosted, the Pop-Tart movie, and the Beanie Bubble and thought, art is commerce. How can we make more gates for filmmakers to traverse? It's not new. And it's not good. Amazon has a studio, but it is also a brand, one that has squeezed every available dollar out of humanity for the last few decades so that one exploitative loser can feel like a king. Do you remember when they tried and failed to make a Pinkertons movie starring Emily Blunt and The Rock? I do. The Pinkertons are a mercenary union busting organization that history would like us to remember as the protectors of Abe Lincoln. That's not what they are. The Pinkertons killed people in the name of capital, and that is what they should be remembered and known for. The Coca-Cola Company regularly had union organizers in Colombia murdered between the late 80s and early 2000s, and maybe they're still doing it. Either way, I do not want to see any version of their events on screen because there is no possible way that would be accurate. And here's a fun little research exercise for you, dear viewer. Why don't you look up Chiquita Bananas and see how many murders they commissioned between the late 90s and early 2000s? Also in Colombia. Companies need checks and balances just like the government. Which, spoiler alert, the companies are running the government, even though we didn't vote for them. And since the US government worships at the altar of capitalism, they aren't checking these companies. They're benefiting from kickbacks and turning a blind eye. Independent journalists and artists are now at the forefront of accountability in the United States. Why? Because billionaires own everything. Small businesses keep selling to private equity. And any organization reliant on the government for funding either has to capitulate or go without. Okay, so here's the thing. Brands are not going to give us here at the Generic Movie People money for our movie like I previously thought, our film Christ Camp 2005. That's okay, because I don't need those unpracticed cooks in the kitchen with us, which means we're going to do this ourselves. I hate to break it to everyone and myself that the only thing you really need to make a movie is money. That's it. That's the whole thing. And we only need $500,000 to make ours because the goal of anti-capitalist filmmaking is not for the film to make a profit. It is to pay everyone who works on it a fair and living wage. So here's what I'd like from you. Subscribe. Share this video. Follow along while we look for this $500,000. I don't know where it's going to come from, but it's going to come, and I know that. Every interaction we have with you gets us closer to our goal. I'm executive producer Katie Johnston-Smith, and I'm so amped for you to come along on this ride with us. We're going to figure this out together, okay? The Generic Movie People are making our first film, Christ Camp 2005. Come along for the ride and help us prove that you don't need to sell your soul to tell a great story.